second of rain.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Homework Genius. In this video, I'm going to show you how to solve quadratic equations with complex solutions. So the quadratic formula is known as x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And a complex solution is a solution that includes imaginary numbers. Imaginary number is defined as I squared equals -1, so I is the square root of -1. And we know that it's not possible to have negative square roots, which is why it's considered an imaginary number. So let's try an example. In this problem, we are given x squared plus 4x plus 5 equals 0. Let's solve using the quadratic equation. In order to do that, we need to define our a, our b, and our c. In this case, our a is 1, our b is 4, and our c is 5. Let's go ahead and plug those in. So x equals negative b, in this case is -4, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 4 squared, minus 4 times a, 1, times c, 5, over 2 times a, which in this case is 1. Now let's reduce. So we have -4 plus or minus the square root of 4 squared, which is 16, minus 4 times 1 times 5 is 20, over 2 times 1 is 2. We have -4 plus or minus the square root of 16 minus 20, which is -4, over 2. And we know that we can't have a negative square root. So this is where we're going to need to replace with an imaginary number. So like I said above, the imaginary number I is defined as the square root of -1. So let's go ahead and pull out the square root of -1 from that square root of -4. So let's write this as -4 plus or minus, so we have the square root of 4 times the square root of -1. So if you multiply those out, you would just get what we have above, the square root of -4. And now we know that that square root of -1 equals I, so we can replace it with I. So let's continue. Equals -4 plus or minus, and we know the square root of 4 is 2, so 2 times the square root of -1 is I, over 2. So let's reduce by dividing by that denominator. So if we go -4 divided by 2, we're left with 2. And 2 divided by 2 is just 1. So we can write that as -2 plus or minus I. And so now our solution is -2 plus I and -2 minus I. Here's the full problem so you can screenshot it for your notes. I hope this video helped. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching.